Namaste. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Open your arms wide to the side. And then up. Lower your hands down to your heart. Your thumbs pressing against your heart. Bowing down, lengthening the neck. Bringing your chin to your heart. Namaste. And again, open your arms wide to the side. Lowering down your hands to your heart. Exhale, bringing your chin to your heart, lengthening the neck. And again, inhale up. And then exhale. And again, inhale open. Maybe gazing up if you're ready. And then exhale down, bringing your thumbs to your heart again. Chin to your heart, lengthening the back of your neck. And again, inhale. And then exhale. And then slowly open your arms wide to the side. Lowering your left hand down to the side. Fingertips pressing down on the ground as you lift your right hand up. Inhale, lengthen your side body. The right side lengthens. Inhale, putting your lower abdominal muscles as you exhale. Now release. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left hand up. As you exhale, pull your lower abdominal muscles in. And then exhale straight. Inhale, lengthen the left. As you exhale, lower. Hug yourself. Sway your shoulders from side to side. Hugging yourself. Being grateful for the moment of hugging yourself. We need to hug a lot of times in a day to remind us that we are loved. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly open your arms wide to the side and then lift up. Slowly moving, pressing your palms down on the ground and moving into a tabletop. Setting aside your bolster. Pressing your palms down on the ground. And slowly, as you inhale, lift your knee to your belly. Moving your belly to your knees as much as you can. Inhale, lift your tailbone up. And then exhale, lowering your heels down on the floor. Make some adjustment. Exhale. Just a gentle movement. And then again, lower your knees as you exhale. Extend your chin forward and your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your knees up to your belly as you inhale. And then exhale, release your heels on the floor for down dog. Exhale, bring your belly into your spine. Exhale. And again, lower your knees. Inhale, extend your chin forward and your chest moves forward. Inhale. And then as you exhale, untuck your toes, roll, lower your hips down to your heels and round your lower back as much as you can, shifting your hips to your heels, and then start to lower your forehead to the floor. Exhale. Finding stillness, recovering or rediscovering your breath in through the nose, and then exhale out. Slowly lift yourself up as you inhale into a tabletop. Inhale. Gaze forward, extending your chin forward and your chest. And then exhale, rounding the spine. Exhale, releasing the top of the head. Exhale, and then finding neutral. Slowly lift your left hand up as you inhale. And then as you exhale, extend to the right. Threading the needle to all the way to the right side of your body. And again, inhale, open. And then exhale, threading the needle all the way to the right side. Exhale. One more inhale, lift. As you exhale, threading the needle. And then lower your left hand. Extend your chin forward as you inhale. Chest moves forward. Inhale. And then rounding the back as you exhale. Just gaze forward. Slowly as you inhale, lift your right hand up. Opening your right side of the body to the right. And then as you exhale, round, pull your lower abdominal muscles. And thread your right hand all the way to the left side. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, up. Exhale, round the back as you extend your right hand, threading to the left side. Exhale. Inhale again. And then start to thread the needle all the way to the left. Exhale. And lower your hand. Slowly sitting into your heels. Pull your lower abdominal muscles in. Bringing your hands to your thighs. And just glide your hands up and down your thighs, massaging your upper thigh. Being grateful for this moment that you're able to soothe down any tension that may still have been present. Be still pressing on top of your thighs. Exhale. And then slowly lift your hips up. Inhale, open your arms wide to the side and then up. Inhale. And then exhale, lower your elbows to your side. Bring your hands into prayer. Exhale. Bowing down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bring your palms to touch prayer. Bowing down your chin to your heart. Lengthening the back of your neck. Exhale. One more inhale, lift. And then exhale. Slowly lift your arms up to the side and then up. Lowering your hands down on the floor. Tucking your toes, lifting your knees up as you inhale. And then exhale, moving into a down dog, releasing your hips, your heels down on the floor. Lift your heels up as you inhale. And then exhale, release down on the floor. Slightly bend your knees, pull your lower abdominal muscles into your spine. Pull that up. Lift your right leg up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your knee into your chest or to your belly. Exhale. Lower your right foot onto the mat. Extend your chin forward. Pull your lower abdominal muscles in. Slightly bend your knee, your left knee. As you exhale, step to the front. And slowly just release your head all the way to the floor, bending your knees slightly. Slowly round your back, lift your shoulders up and your body into standing. Exhale. Inhale, open. And then exhale, release. All the way, let's move to the other side. Inhale, open. Exhale, bending the knees. Lowering your hands down to the floor, bending your knees, sinking your hips, and slowly step to the side, moving into a down dog, and stay. Exhale. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, and step to the front. Gaze forward. Lift your back heel up. Bend your right knee as you inhale. And then exhale, step to the front, releasing the top of your head, keeping your knees slightly bent, your tailbone lifting up high, releasing the top of the head down, pulling your lower abdominal muscles in to round the back, expanding the lower back. Exhale. Slowly round your back as you move up to standing. When you reach top of your feet, of your breath, roll your shoulders up and then back. Open your arms up. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring your hands together. Open your arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, lower your elbows down right next to your waist. Start to bring your hands together, fingers to touch, thumbs to your heart. Exhale slowly. And again, open your arms wide to the side and then up. Inhale. As you exhale, lower your elbows down right next to your rib cage and start to bend your knees, tilting your pelvis in as you bring your belly into your spine. Slowly extend your arms forward and you sink your hips. The knees bend as much as you can, lowering down your hands to the floor. Exhale. Slowly extend your right leg to the back, lowering your right knee down, followed by the left. Let your toes touch, sinking your hips down into your heels, extending your right arm, followed by the left from forehead to the floor. Child's pose. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale. Shifting your hips to the left and then to the right. And let as you exhale, let your heels or your hips, the tailbone sink into the space in between your toes. Assure that your forehead rests. Take 5 cycles of breath in through the nose and then exhale. Slowly start to round your back as you're moving to stand. Being on your knees, open your arms wide to the side and then lift up. Inhale. Exhale, lower your elbows down right next to your waist. And then bring it down into prayer pose using the Kina Mudra. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly open your arms up. As you exhale, bring your right foot forward, lowering your hands down to rest on 2 blocks. Start to pull your lower abdominal muscles in, tilting your pelvis forward. Start to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee up as you inhale. And then as you exhale, open your arms wide to the side, shifting your pelvis and your chest to lift up. The chest lift up as the pelvis tilts forward. Your left knee still bent. Lift your arms up. You're now in high lunge. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands into prayer using Akini Mudra. Exhale. Thumbs to your heart. And again, as you exhale, tilt your pelvis in. Belly into your spine. Now as you inhale, bring your hands to the side. Inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, pull the lower abdominal muscles in and your pelvis tilts. As you lower your hands down into the block, the top of the mat, top of the blocks. Exhale, now lower your left heel down to the floor as you straighten your front knee, flexing your left foot. Feel the stretch on your right calf muscle, your hamstring, and your quads. See the difference if you slightly bend your right knee. Just notice the difference that it creates. Slightly bending the back knee, shifting your right hip to the back, keeping a slight bend on your right knee. Exhale. Slowly bending the front knee, letting the right foot flat on the floor, bending your back knee, and step to the front as you exhale. Forward fold. Exhale out, pulling your lower abdominal muscles in, slightly bending the knees. Exhale, shift your hips side to side, in through the nose, and then exhale out on the opposite side. Just swing your hips and your chest from side to side. Slowly bend your knees, letting your hips sink down, and then slowly round your back, dragging your hands to your shins and to your thighs, and then start to roll the shoulders up and then down to the back. Inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the side, letting your fingers touch in front in Akini Mudra. Pressing your thumbs to your heart again. Exhale. Slowly open your arms up. This time, step with your left foot to the back, lowering down your hands all the way to the top of the blocks, letting your left knee move to the floor, resting down on the floor, followed by your right. Now start to shift your hips to your heels, forehead to the floor. Rest. Let your right palm and your left palm rest on the floor as your elbow rests. Take 3 cycles of breath, shifting your hips from side to side. Pulling your lower abdominal muscles in so you can let your tailbone sink into your heels, and then the forehead follows to the floor. Stay for 3 cycles of breath in through the nose, and then exhale. And again, in through the nose. Exhale. Slowly round your back as you move to stand on your knees, rolling the shoulders up and then all the way to the back, hands to your side. Exhale, open your arms wide to the side, lifting your palms up And your fingers moving up, moving towards the direction of the ceiling. As you exhale, step with your left foot forward, bringing your both hands on top of the block, fingers to touch, to gently press on the blocks, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, pull your lower abdominal muscles in, exhale. Slowly open your arms to the side as you inhale, moving into high lunge, lifting your arms up. And then exhale, tilting your pelvis towards the front as you pull your lower abdominal muscles in. Bring your hands to press the tips of your fingers to press against each other as you tilt your pelvis more. Exhale, sink. Inhale, open your arms wide to the side and then up. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands to prayer. Exhale, close your eyes. Find your balance. Inhale, open to the side. And then up. On the next exhale, lower down to the floor. Lower both hands to rest on top of the blocks or on the floor, whichever feels good. Now slowly lower the right heel down to the floor. Straightening your right foot, your left foot, the left knee, straightening your left knee, but keeping a slight bend. So, flex your left foot, shift your left hip to the back. As you shift your right hip forward, square the hips. Exhale. Inhale again, extending your chest. Exhale down. One more. Exhale. Slowly lowering your left foot on the floor, bending your front knee. That's your left knee. Lift the back heel up. That's your right heel. Start to bend your right knee as you exhale, tilting your pelvis. Exhale. As you inhale, step to the front. And then exhale, releasing your head to the floor, forward fold. Lift your tailbone up, keeping a slight bend on the knees. So when you inhale, your tailbone lifts up. Release the head, exhale. And stay for 3 cycles of breath in through the nose. And then exhale. Inhale through the nose, lifting your tailbone up high, keeping a slight bend on the knees. And as you exhale, release the top of the head down to the floor. Exhale. And again, as you inhale, lengthen your hamstring, lifting your tailbone up high or your sits bone, pulling your lower abdominal muscles in as you exhale, letting the top of the head release down to the floor. Exhale slowly as you inhale, round your spine, gently bending your knees as you roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Now roll your shoulders up and then to the back when you're fully standing on the floor. Exhale. Take a moment to pause. Exhale. Slowly as you inhale, open your arms wide to the side and up. Slowly as you exhale, take a step. Keep your foot, take a step with your right foot and your left foot to open. Keep it more open to the side, keeping a wider stance. And then slowly as you inhale, lift your arms up. And then as you exhale, slowly bend your knees, tilting your pelvis, pulling your lower abdominal muscles in, sinking your hips down, pulling your abdominals as you exhale, all the way to yoga squat. Exhale. Shifting your weight from side to side, inhale. And then exhale. Slowly, let's work on a modified crane pose or Bakasana. Let's start with Bakasana. So press both palms down on the ground. On a block, you can either be on the floor or on the block, but I would suggest let's start with a block. So from here, press your palms there. As you bring your right arm to move towards the front of your knee, your right knee, and your left elbow in front of your left knee. And start to lift your heels up. Shifting your weight forward. lifting your tailbone up high, no more on your back as much as you can. Now bring your elbows to rest onto the front of your shin. As you bring your knees to move towards your armpit, and shift forward, gaze forward, inhale, and then exhale, lower, rest. And then slowly just lower your hands down to the back, hug your knees, and I hope you enjoyed that slow practice of the Bakasana or crane pose. Slowly just lower your back down to the floor, counting 1 to 10. Extend your hands. Exhale out loud first. And then inhale. Exhale, counting 1 to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sway your hips. Hugging your right knee into your chest. Bring the right knee into the center as you use your left hand to bring that right knee into your chest. Towards the left side. Lower your right hand down on the floor. Now bring your chin to your heart to lengthen the back of the neck. And just bring that in to the center. Inhale, relaxing all parts of your glutes, relaxing the hips. Exhale. And then exhale. Inhale again. And then exhale. Slowly using the left hand, just move it to the side and then in. And then lower. Bring your hands to your belly, extending your left leg. Just move your knee to the outside, bringing it up and then in, up and in. It's just like you're fanning your knee to open and back, and to fan to the right and then the left, to the center, and then away from the center, to the center, and away from the center. I like saying that, into the center and away from the center. And then slowly just switch legs. Bring your left knee to bend, the left sole of the foot resting on the floor, and then extend your right leg. Bring your left knee into your chest, and then start to move that towards your right chest, using your right hand to reach for your right knee, relaxing your left hand onto the side next to your hip, and then inhale, relaxing all the glutes. Exhale. And then one more inhale. And then exhale. Chin to your heart, in through the nose. And then release. Exhale. Slowly just lower this left knee down flat. Your left foot flat on the ground, and then sway your knee away from the center and then into the center. Away from the center towards the center. Take 5 more cycles. Slowing down. And slowly find your stillness in the center, bending the right knee. Tilt your pelvis in, tilting the pelvis in, pulling your lower abdominal muscles in. Exhale, expand the front of your waist and all the way to the side, and bend to the back. Inhale, extend. As you exhale, lift your heels off the floor. Keep your leg, your calf muscle and your shin parallel to the floor. Exhale, expanding the front of your waist, tilting the pelvis in. Extend your arms and then release. Exhale. Hug your knees. Bring your chin to your heart to lengthen the back of your neck. Flattening the upper spine, your cervical spine. And then release, bring your knees to move towards each other. Exhale. Slowly extending the right leg forward, followed by the left. Just lower both hands to the side. As we move into Shavasana, your practice of letting go, even the practice, you're letting go of your own practice. You're just letting your body relax, closing your eyes if you are comfortable. Otherwise, you can stare at the ceiling. And as you inhale, think of calming your mind. And as you exhale, relax, bring that smile to your thoughts. And again, inhale, smile to calm the mind, and exhale,